As dawn spreads its light over the rolling hills of Hunter Haven Farm, Doug and Tom Block begin the same ritual that thousands of other dairies in the Midwest have continued for decades, planting their crops and milking their cows to help supply the nation with wholesome, quality milk. Like most dairy farms in the Midwest, every task that is performed is designed to help the environment and plan for the future. The land is farmed in such a way to prevent soil erosion and to enhance organic matter of the soil. Water is recycled for several uses. The cow manure is recycled as fertilizer for the crops and composted for bedding in the barn. But what makes this farm unique is that the cow manure is also turned into electricity.
The tank behind me over here collects all the manure and the wash water from the dairy. From that tank we pump it over to this larger tank here, and it's in this tank for 3 weeks. We're heating it up to 100 degrees. That produces the methane gas to run the motor that runs our generator. We're producing about 120 kilowatt of electricity an hour. That's enough for about 120 average American houses.
After the water is extracted, part of it is used as fertilizer for the crops. The remaining solids are actually dried and used as bedding for the cows. Reduce, reuse, and recycle are very evident on this dairy farm. The Blocks grow crops for feed, and here again they farm with the environment in mind. They use no-till, which means no tillage in the field. This method saves time, fuel, and topsoil.
Contoured no-till planting. It's soybeans into corn stubble from the previous year. We don't disturb any of the soil. We leave a good cover on the soil surface to keep rain from hitting the ground and moving the soil particles around. It hits the residue on top instead. The water soaks in. The residue also conserves the soil moisture.
Contour farming is another method that enhances the land.
Contour farming is farming around the hill at a 90-degree angle to the flow of the water. Well, what we're trying to do is safeguard the soil so that it stays productive for years and years and years, to improve or maintain water quality at least where it's at today, if not make it better.
Another conservation practice is grass waterways, which are maintained across fields to prevent soil and water erosion.
Well, because we live on the land and we drink the water, the same water that the cows drink, we are very conscientious about what we do to the land, so that we can conserve those natural resources and keep the water clean.
I have a passion for dairy farming because I like the animals and I like working with people.
What I like most about it, especially in this day and age, is the technology and the speed with which it's evolving.
The cows are healthier and happier, and so it's been a win-win situation for us.
One of the things that the American consumer should not forget is the majority of dairy farmers live where they work, and they drink the water, they live on the land. Many of them want that land or business to continue on to their children and grandchildren if it's possible, but they not only do they are environmental in favor of saving the environment, but they live on the land, and they're not about to harm the environment or the water system because that's where they live.
Tom and Doug were born and raised on this farm. The farm pond where Edie and Doug take their nephews fishing in the evening has been there for over 40 years and is still a good fishing hole. It's moments like this, in the still of the evening, surrounded by beauty, that the Blocks are rewarded for their hard work and dedication to the farm. As the sun sets on another day, their dream continues to live on, and that is their desire to raise and milk good cows, to produce wholesome, quality milk, and to protect the land they love.